Yo, what's up, everybody, man? It's Reginald Easy Ward, man. We got Brianna Dance here. It's Power of Care, a Game of Faith collab, man. We got two special guests with us here today. We got Cedric Moore and Atara Franklin. So, Brianna, you know how we do this. I'm gonna let you go ahead and intro our first guest, which is Cedric Moore, and then you know what? Let me stop that right there. Let me intro Miss Atara Franklin.
Yes,
first.
ladies first.
Ladies first. I'm a gentleman. So,
okay.
First of all, we have Atara Franklin. Atara is an extraordinary woman. A woman who, has a great past and a great future ahead of her. She went to UVA, was a hooper. She was all met at Riverdale Baptist High School. She's from the area. She can flat out do it. She still can flat out do it. So don't try. She's now a teacher and she does art on the side. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Miss Atara Franklin.
Thank you.
Intro applause. All right, it's my turn, and my guest is Mr. Cedric Moore, aka Ced. He is from PG County. Mm-hmm. He studied engineering, but now he's looking into the film industry and has projects lined up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're excited to just dive in and talk about dating, what it's like to be young, single, Christian, all that, and some myths that we have heard.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
So, I really want to just I kind of want to pop it off and just what's everybody's status? Like, where are you at right now? Are you single, dating? Are you single? So let's define what it is. Single is
right. Let's get
you
into that.
have nobody in your line. You're just you're just kind of just ready to just fall. Just
fall where?
Fall where, dog?
Maybe not fall. Maybe it's just me. But maybe you just you just out here working on you.
Hopeless romantic.
Or you just single. You kind of you entertaining people. Or you talking or dating. So what's your status right now?
Me, I'm first.
Yeah.
I'm single.
Okay.
What's that mean again? You're not
single.
You're not entertaining anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just out
Okay.
here. Just working on yourself. Trying to grow.
Yeah.
I think that makes two of us because I myself, I'm also single.
Okay.
3 of us, I'm single.
And 4 of us, I'm single.
It's a single party.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We can really dive into this.
Okay, so if everyone's single,
Mm-hmm.
why? Why are you single? Is it a choice or is it something?
So, I think for me, I'm single right now because I honestly feel like I got a lot going on in terms of my routine, my daily routine. Between work and then the vision that I got for myself in the future, it takes a lot of my time away. So it kind of feels like, in a sense, I don't really have time right now to be like a Romeo.
Okay.
And kind of dedicate.
That's time and money right there.
And kind of dedicate a lot of my time because I remember when I was in a relationship at one point in time, just how much effort and how much time out your day that takes, to always text back or, to hop on FaceTime at night, But now I could give that hour when I would be on FaceTime or, anything like that to my documentary series that I got in the work. So yeah, I think right now I'm pretty knee deep in purpose and where I really want to be in the next year or so. And I'm really stuck on being consistent. And
that's good.
Yeah,
that's my word for the year.
Yeah, I think that's mine too. That's just confirmation for me that
Dang,
so
that's mine too.
For real?
Yeah, that's both of ours.
Consistent bond.
Yeah, so
That's not fun.
What's your word for the year?
My word for the year is drum roll. I'm just kidding because it's very anticlimactic. It's decide.
Decide.
Yeah.
Decisions.
No, just decide because I knew it needed to be an action word, and then God just started confirming that. But no, if I'm making this real practical, it's dang sis, are you gonna eat the cookie or no? What are your goals? Is what you're doing aligning with your goals?
Right.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
that's good. That goes with consistency at all times.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody else, why would you say you're single? Is it intentional? Is it just it happened that way or?
Yeah, no, for me right now, it's definitely intentional. But, I will say this, I am open. I'm in a place now where it's I'm beginning to get established, and I believe I know where God is calling me to. Now, that always changes, as you progress and as you get involved in different things, so you got to be ready to pivot at any given time.
Right.
I love
stop
the
and push you,
pivot.
put you down. But where I'm at now, I just have this mindset of just focus and drive. You know, like my days, like kind of like say we had very similar days. Like I wake up now at 3:50. I work out from 4 to 5. Then I go home, shower. I get my word. Then I go to work from 8 to 5. Then when I get home, I'm back in the word. But then I'm going back to sleep for like 8:30. So like my life is very routine right now. So it's like, you know, if I can find somebody, you know, who I can begin to grow with and build with, I'm open to it. But it just has to be a genuine connection. It can't be something that's just, you know, I'm just talking.
Like, hey.
You know, like you know,
like we said earlier, like a fan, like someone who's just admiring you from the outside.
Yeah, like, you know,
that's
like,
your energy.
Yeah, no, it really does. Like for me, it's almost like this. It has to be like power versus power. Like it got to be like Wells Fargo and Capital One merging.
Okay.
You know, like two powerhouses. You know, like it can't be Wells Fargo and the local city bank. You know, like it has to be two.
No shades to the local.
I mean, no shades. You know, but like that's just, you know, that's just where I'm at. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
Single. I'm single. Much like y'all, it's very like my day is allotted to purpose. Like whatever God is putting in front of me, whether it's like work, like I consider the stuff I do at work ministry as well.
Okay. And what exactly is it that you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, no, I'm a social worker, so I work with teen parents
Gotcha.
at a hospital.
Okay.
And like I help them get on track with life and all that stuff.
That's
like
dope.
coaching them with like healthy relationships and all that stuff. So I try to look at my employment as ministry as well. And then in church, I'm involved in like dance ministry, the media team. So like I'm serving God. Like that's my life. It's a lifestyle. And so, and then working out, like y'all say, your day gets full with stuff. And then editing videos and so it's like, I mean, no one's come through. It's a little dry right now, but it's fine.
We all in the same box.
I mean, I would say I'm a little bit different from y'all just because, like, I live in Charlottesville, so it's not the most diverse area. So I remember being like, Lord, how long do I have to live here? I'm never going to find my man. I'm never going to meet him here. Like, and obviously I've like transitioned out of that season. I'm very content where I am, but one, just again, like making it practical, it's like where I am. I don't want to limit God in saying that like he can't bring somebody there, but that's not why he has me there. Like it was very much so because I needed to be isolated so then I could be focused on purpose, where like y'all really getting after it here at home. The Lord knew I couldn't do that. Like, you know, I haven't lived here in my adult life at all. And so now that I'm like on track and like starting to walk in purpose and like aligned with God, then now I know that I'm ready to transition into that season of being in a relationship whenever that comes. But it couldn't have happened if I stayed here, like, to be honest. So yeah.
And he's so personal. Like God knows like us so well that he's like, no, let me move her. Let me keep her here because I wanted to go to California. Like I was out of here.
Wow.
Like I was like,
when was this?
Like for years, like since high school, I was like, I've always wanted to go. I'm a go-getter, so I'm like, I was on the planes. I was had my suit on. I was like,
she came to visit me once, y'all, and then she was like, well, this might be the last time I see you before
she's like,
I moved. I'm like, she was like, yeah, I'm going to interview, so I might as well stay out there. I was like, wait, what? Like,
I'm very like God has to slow me down. So. But yeah, so he knows as well. So I'm grateful for that. So assuming that everybody wants to like be like married or like with a Christian, everybody. Okay. What are you guys like? What are some non-negotiables for you? Like, what are some things that you? Like,
I think for me,
you
like,
can't budge on.
Like, one thing I can't budge on is just like you have to be family oriented. I mean, like having a relationship with Christ, just like. That's just
and
it goes without saying. And I'm not going to sit there and be just super spiritual. Like, hey, you gotta love Jesus and be in the choir. No, I'm not going to do that. But
I mean, I'll take a singing man.
you love a singing man.
But now, what I'm going to say is, like, you know, I need to be very family oriented. Like that's something like family is what I value at the core. So like, if you're not family oriented, we're not going to get along. You know, and then. Drama-filled people, you know. If you thrive off drama, you'll get cut immediately.
Facts.
Like that.
Dang. Break up on text?
I have no time for that. You know? Like no time for that, and that's like that's just not it. So that's kind of like two things.
So family oriented and no drama.
Yeah.
And love Jesus, of course.
I think easy and I like one and the same, really. That's pretty much like the same list I had in a sense. Like I hate gossip, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, that's a big turn off, like a pet peeve. If I'm on a date with you and you just gossiping, you know what I'm saying?
About
Like,
somebody else.
yeah, I'm like, you know what, like mentally, I'm kind of already checking out, and that's kind of bad because I could check out kind of fast depending on what the pet peeve is.
Yeah.
Another thing for me, a non-negotiable have to be somebody who doesn't see like a bigger purpose outside of themselves. Because that's how, like, for me personally, I look at everything now like this is bigger than me, you know. And similar to what Easy has mentioned earlier with like the two banks merging together, like a power versus power type of thing, that's how I want it to be for me. Like I'm thinking about like the future empire I could build, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to like think that this is much bigger than me, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. So
and
well,
then,
whatever it is that.
And then also what I'm thinking about this too is like, it's like where, or my thinking is, I'm in 2020, but my spirit is in 2030.
Okay.
My spirit is in 2040. You know, like I know who I am and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. It's just time hasn't caught up to my, you know, to that reality. And, you know, so it's like, you know, you got to be somebody who's forward thinking, you know, and like who has a vision for yourself and really is, like you said, chasing something that's bigger than you. So
Yeah.
Sure. No, so y'all don't have no like physical, like, cause you know
I'm a smile guy. I love like,
you like
smiles.
smiles.
Yeah, so
like, that's,
you know.
that's
Yeah,
my
we get
thing.
that.
You gotta be.
No, it's not even that.
You better get some hate mail.
I'm a teeth guy though. I love pretty teeth. You know, like I'm a sucker for teeth. Like I just don't want women with a jacked up grill. You know, and that's just something that's just my personal thing. It's like you know, pretty smart.
So she could be any color.
Yeah, I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you at all.
Which I don't think preferences aren't bad.
I mean, I love black women. I should preference that.
Oh, when you say shade, I definitely mean black women.
Yeah,
like
black women.
when it comes to black women, like I'm not.
That's just
like
like
she gotta be. I'm
just
praise.
What I want.
No shade to anybody.
No shade.
Oh man, we done lost some followers.
I love.
Let's get off race. Right.
Hey, what about y'all? Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
The given, like, you know, the foundation, like he loves Jesus, all that, but someone who I'm looking for a leader, someone who can, someone who can like pray, cover me. We talk about this all the time, like someone who I feel safe with. Someone who treats their mother right. You know?
That's big though.
That's big,
Because I talked about it before. There was a guy who I dated, and he was like on the phone with me. He was like, "Ma, da da da." I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh nah, yeah. That means he gonna dog you out the same way.
Yeah, he tried, but it didn't go far.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, I don't know. There's probably a lot more.
Yeah,
stuff.
I feel like we're very similar. I want to be with somebody who like really, really loves people, though, like genuinely just has a heart for people. And like it's like really generous.
Because you're very giving, like that's your gift. You naturally just here's some shoes, here's some. I'm like, okay, thanks, girl.
Yeah, I don't know, like somebody that has like really has a heart, like to just serve people. Like that's really, really important to me.
Like, you know, we kind of segue into this, but like, I guess like what are the top traits that you do want in a potential husband or wife?
Physically or just in general?
Just in general. I mean, it could be physical or, you know, some other traits.
I do want to think that he's fine. Like I just want to be like my man looks good. So like I'm not even going to act like physical attraction doesn't matter.
I mean,
that definitely matters.
It matters.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm checking out if.
Right. I don't want to cheat. I don't like.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I tried. Like no shade.
Can we just?
But I tried.
tried it out. He was
ugly.
We gotta just be transparent.
He was ugly.
I mean, I was
Let's keep it 100. We on the Power Care podcast. Let's keep it 100. He was ugly.
He wasn't ugly. He wasn't ugly.
Yeah.
He just like I wouldn't even say I have a type necessarily.
But you didn't put your preference.
No, but I was trying to be like open-minded, and like I had come out of a situation, so I was like, you know, let's just do something different.
Then you go too far.
Too far. That's all. I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it went too far, and I was just like, I gotta
You
get
gotta
out
cut
of
it
here.
off.
Yeah. So I tried that. So I do want to look at my man and be like,
Yeah, exactly. So that's on the list. That's on the list. Okay, and then I would say how you treat people, serving, like purpose driven. Like that's again to me honestly a non-negotiable. Like going with the like you have to love Jesus thing. Like that's a foundational thing for me. Because I am like you, I'm a dreamer and I have vision for like years ahead. So it's like, where do you fit in that? Like I don't want to sound selfish in that way, but it's like I want someone to build legacy with.
Right.
And so, someone I can have fun with, like travel.
You gotta be able to have fun.
Yeah, I want to laugh.
I can't imagine I can't be with somebody who wasn't funny.
I know.
I think
sense of humor is definitely a non-negotiable for me. Like I need that. Cause I'm goofy. Like anybody tell you I'm goofy 24/7. Like outside, like, when this camera's not rolling, like we laughing. You know what I'm saying? So
we having a good time.
Yeah, I like to have a good time all the time.
For me, I mean, it's like, of course, a physical. Like I want a woman that I'm looking at. I'm like, you know what, God, thank you.
I know that's right. Favor. That's favor right there.
Like my lady's beautiful. I want that, but aside from the physical, like I want somebody like who like we're genuinely like best friends. Like we grow into becoming like literally like that's my dog. At the core of everything.
Yes.
And we have like this dope bond. We just connect on different on different things. And just somebody who's like relatable. Like humanistic. Like somebody who has a really, like you said, like a heart for people. Like I'm a person that I love people. I love talking to people. So like you can't be like why are you doing that? Like, this is me, and you're not gonna change me. I'm a nice guy, so I love good conversations. So you need to be open-minded person. So.
Yeah, for sure.
It's given that Jesus is like number one, like he needs to be able to pray it down. Okay, like you need to be able to push one through. Like, y'all know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that.
So that fine, sense of humor, and. I would have to agree with you though about like the best friend thing because like my parents, they've been married for like 30 something years and literally every single year they argue about who's the best player in the league.
That's dope.
And it's just like dang, like that's goals. Like I want to argue about who the best player is in the league. That's
I need balance in my life. So like we're very different on a lot of things. So like it's someone where it's like if I'm on 100 right now, someone who can kind of like even me out,
even you out,
bring it back down,
and vice versa. In other words, someone who I don't want to have to push you, whatever, but like we motivate each other. So some like balance is important to me. Okay, so have you guys ever encountered like dating somebody who you thought like was living for God or like was a Christian? Because they say people use the word Christian loosely.
Yeah.
So
I feel like people can use it as bait to reel you in. Like if they
never heard that before.
They got scammed.
So like you know what I'm saying? Like so if somebody knows that like I'm rooted, I feel like they could kind of disguise themselves in a sense. Like kind of use that as bait. Like I'm rooted too. Like I do this too. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I got like a good like level of discernment to kind of be like nah. Like some just don't feel right, you know what I'm saying? Or like when we vibing, like something's off. We not connecting for how we should be. I think that was all I had to say too.
I'll say this, like I ain't trying to go too deep here, but the enemy knows the trigger words, the words that gets us spiritually aroused. So for me, like me and Seth are pretty alike. So like we know if we go on a date and a woman says words like destiny, purpose, vision.
You're on to something.
Like on the spiritual sense, I did get us like okay. Like,
we going.
Dog
get the text me. Hey, dog. She just said.
She said she did purpose. Like something like that. I know the word.
I knew it was gonna be some shade.
Thank you for telling me that.
I know. I'm telling you, like a woman say something like that to me, like I'm probably gonna be like, okay, now.
You give her the side eye immediately?
Yeah, no, I'm giving the side eye.
Yeah, he's that guy.
No, I'm not. But then if she says that, she has to be able to back up what she's saying. Don't just say purpose and just like throw it for fluff. Like, cause me, I'm a that type of guy. So I'm gonna go in depth. What does that mean to you? You know what I'm saying? So because then from there, once I put the layers back, I'll know whether or not that like she's faking it not. So I have experienced people who like try to fake the funk, like try to use certain words.
That was a good way to say
they
it.
do. You know, because like a lot of women use, especially in the church, they use your platform and what you do as like a tool to like try to like wiggle their way in there. Like, God is doing amazing things with you.
I've seen it firsthand.
And then they'll say,
Y'all have an interesting experience.
Because we don't have to.
Yeah,
We don't have to.
like, and we go through this a lot. Like, and I'm not exaggerating. Like,
I wish we could make this happen.
yes,
this
I
is
wish
real.
we
That's
could.
wild.
Like, this is, I say, is my living witness.
Yeah.
And then, and they'll sneak it right in there, and then from there, like, it will start there. And then, it starts there. It starts there, and then from there, like, hey, I think it'd be cool sometime we get to know each other. I'm like, oh, this went from ministry to trying to get to know me. I'm like, yo, this.
How quick
like,
was the turnaround?
This can be sometime within like a day or 2 days.
Yeah, it's fast. It's normally like really quick.
Like, women are aggressive.
Dang, sis.
Women are
Right.
aggressive. And then from there, I'm like, yo, like this, like you just threw me off, like.
That's what I was saying. Like, something just feels off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could feel it.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't really genuine
Because
for real.
God doesn't operate off haste. So whenever somebody's trying to press me to do something with anything, business, relationships, I know that's not God, because like God doesn't operate off confusion or like hasty timetables, So when people do that, I'm like, yo, this is throwing me off. Like, give me some time to like process stuff.
Let me get to know you for real.
Yeah.
Like,
Dang, a day.
That
I'm
is
still
crazy.
the turnaround on
vultures,
that
man.
was
They be
crazy.
like, that's real.
Because one thing that we hear like in the church, and like there are more women.
Yeah.
What, at least where I am, I see more women than men, and so
That's everywhere.
yes, everywhere, and that's like the number one complaint. Like when I ask on Instagram, like, oh, what are a Christian dating? What is it like? And a lot of the responses like, there's not a lot of Christian men, and so that's probably why y'all getting the vultures, because it's not.
I could definitely say, like, from the pack, we stand out for sure. And, I think at this point we know it. So it's kind of like, I think with knowing it comes like a certain level, like I said before, discernment that you get.
Yeah.
Like when you know like that you lead in the pack for us. I think that's why it's easy for both of us to be able to pick up on those things quick. It's kind of like a defense mechanism, so.
And on top of that, we play this concept called zone defense. Yeah. So like, as you know, we were taught this in JAG, like, like if you see your brother need help, slide over to him, help him out. So like sometimes, if a situation, if I'm like making too excited about something, I run it by Sid, like, Sid, I'm still in the situation. You be like, well, this not adding up,
That's good.
Or vice versa, And a lot of times, actually 95% of the time, he's spot on, about something good or bad. He'd be like, maybe you should get us a shot, or he'd be like, nah, bro. Stay away from that. Stay far away from that.
Run.
Yeah, it's happened with me too. Like, I've been on the phone at times in situations, and I've texted him. He'll like send me something back real fast, like, "Bro, read this." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
That's good that y'all have that.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to say a lot of people, but it's good for like men to have community. Like that's important. I think that not non-negotiable, but I think that I would want to see like someone I'm dating to have like another
accountability.
Yeah, another male like.
And I think for me, easy. Like, I think at this point, you know what I'm saying, like, we've been tight, you know what I'm saying, for a long time.
How did y'all meet?
At A&T. I met him in the gym.
Yeah,
we were working out,
And it's crazy because growing up, I always saw him at functions, but like, we never spoke, just being on some DMV thing. Stuff.
You know how it is.
But then, at A&T, like, I knew he was from the DMV, and we just connected, and then we was in a pageant together, like my sophomore year, his junior year, then we became line brothers. And then from there, after we became line brothers, we just really just hit it off. Like, it's crazy because every real friendship that I have, I really can never date back to when we got close. It just it's like it was like ordained for us to be close. Like we just grew naturally, and like we got very similar interests, and God's is taking us in similar directions. So we just. Yeah.
And to piggyback off what you were saying, and like I was saying earlier, I think that for us, like, we really made like accountability like the foundation for us. And I think that's like what sets us apart from a lot of people's like friend circles. A lot of people don't really got that accountability. So for us, you know what I'm saying, like, he could lean on me for something, or I could lean on him for something. And I think that's really helped us like be able to like stand on our feet, when we're faced with those different type of scenarios. And I could trust his judgment, and he could trust mine. So
That's important.
And that happened through like JAG, Joshua's Anointed Generation. Like that's the ministry at the church that we went to, and like just learning like the concept of being transparent and vulnerable, but not with everybody. Like you gotta have people that you can trust. So I don't. The things that me and him talk about, we don't disclose for anybody because, like, you know, it's very personal to us, you know. But, you know, it's allowed us to be free in so many different aspects, you know, because, you know, as men, you know, like, we're always taught to, you know, just hold it in, suck it up. But to have a brother that, you know, that I can, like, legit be, like, transparent with and vulnerable with and still feel like, you know, like, I'm a guy. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a gift from God.
It is. No,
because that's what I say about her. It's like I have, like, you know, we went to high school together. It was a group of girls of us, and then college. We went to different colleges and stuff. Right. But like, we've never like lived close, but like it, like we're so close, and like she's that for me. Like I say she's a gift from God because I can be transparent with her. I can be real with her.
Yeah, and it's also that like. We're not in shambles now, but like we were in shambles together. Like we have walked this whole thing out together. Right? Yeah. So to now be at this point, then it's like easy to hold each other accountable. Because it's like, Bree, like now you used to do this.
You know you're
now. We ain't gonna call him back, girl.
Right.
Fact. So ladies, let me ask you this. So like, right now, for where y'all at mentally, you know, professionally, spiritually, like, what is it that sets a man apart for you in y'all's eyes? Like if you met a man today, like what would set him apart? Like with his approach? That's
an interesting question.
That's a good question, dog.
His approach. I mean, I prefer someone who is just very direct because I am by no means like I wouldn't consider myself aggressive. Like never in all my days. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. Can I envision myself going smack at somebody? Yeah. But like you know, I say what I say what I mean. I'm very like blunt, honest,
you believe in the
chase. And so I like somebody who's direct and like just forthcoming, like we said, like be willing to put the work in, be willing to pursue.
So if you met a guy, you know, let's say in the Charlottesville area, right, and this is off the what I call the cold call, meaning like he doesn't know you, he just comes to you and say, hey, you know, how you doing today? You know, I would love. No, actually say, hey, you know, how you doing today? You know, what's your name? And then you say such and such. And you get to converse, and you know, and you find them first physically attractive, right? Because that's the first thing. You gotta,
Amen.
Like you gotta find them physically appealing. And then he says, you know, hey, I'd like to get to know you, you know, and take you out. Like he's that direct, off rip. Like, are you gonna be like, oh
yeah? How would you respond? I want to know.
I mean, I appreciate the confidence. To be honest, like that doesn't mean I have to necessarily be like, yeah, now here's my number. Like I would like, okay, well, you know, tell me more about yourself. Like that's an opportunity for us to converse in that moment. Like you can pick up somebody's energy, their vibes. Like you said, you can discern whether or not. So, you know, I would just have to ask more questions. But I would appreciate that because I also don't think I'm the most approachable person. Like
why is that?
I wonder that too.
I don't
like,
know.
I don't know.
Is it like your facial expressions?
Either probably. I don't know. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Walk around like,
hello,
bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all this. Like, you know, I just feel like I have like a very regular face. I do think in high school, then maybe I was a little bit intimidated.
That's because you was getting ready for game day.
Drop 40 on people.
In college, I think I was like, I was a curve kind of girl. Like I was focused. So I was kind of and so I don't necessarily know. I don't think that I'm the most approachable person. So I find that attractive if somebody is just like, hey, what's up? Like,
yeah. I would say confidence is definitely key. Like, I don't care if you're 5'2". If you come if you walk, I mean, like I notice you when you walk into the room. It's like, well, no, I do care.
Okay. Y'all tall women, so would you date a man shorter than you?
That's a good question, easy. Because
because y'all like taller women. So.
I have dated someone
dude.
shorter.
How short? Like let's put it in perspective.
Because I'm 5'10".
Okay.
And he was like, we didn't. Never mind. I'm not
don't say that. Wait a minute. You talking 40?
Yeah. I almost name dropped. Yeah.
No, you know it's 40 shorty thing. 40 shorty.
Yeah.
40 shorty.
Yeah.
What up, bro?
He was like my height.
Okay.
But
I've never.
I wouldn't. I don't.
You say he was your height?
Yeah.
So 5'10" for a dude, I guess that's not bad.
Yeah. But then like when you're
when you're a woman that's 5'10" and he's both.
Yeah, I see. I'm not trying to look. I ain't a petite girl,
Oh,
but I'm
okay,
not trying to feel like big. Like that's
Yeah, I want a tall man.
I don't know. I don't want to sound shallow, but
no, my preference is tall.
They need the 6'6" and over crew.
Amen.
Fellas, y'all hear that?
I mean,
they need the 6'6".
I'm not saying
230 with beards.
I'm weak.
Yeah.
6'6". I mean, my dad is tall, so yeah, I prefer tall.
Okay.
But
I prefer taller. I'm not saying it has to be 6'6", but
that's not a non-negotiable.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, like it's in your approach, like respectful, like kind, confident.
I really think the basics work and get the job done.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go above and beyond, like that's
A
cool.
turn off for me is sometimes when you like try to like
Do too much.
like when you try to overly run down like your resume or like
Don't try to flex on me.
Yeah,
I wore this for
that's
you.
The thing.
Like I'm like
that's the thing. Like I feel like we're the type of guys who are like, to be honest, I want to learn about you. Like, I mean, I'm going to talk about me, but like, I'm not really here to talk about stuff like, hey, I do this, I do that. Like, I want you to know who I am as a person. Like,
It'll come out.
That's a byproduct,
Right.
But like, you need to know me because I don't want you to be in love with my calling, or like I don't want to be in love with your calling. I want to be in love with you. Like the calling comes with that.
that's good.
But the question now, but you asked the question on like, what would it take us for it? I mean, what would it take for us to approach somebody?
Yeah, because you said that like y'all dip and dodge the vultures. So it's like, when do you like see someone and you're like, oh yeah, like, oh, she actually has a kind and gentle spirit. Like that's the girl that I would like to approach. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
And do you get nervous?
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, sometimes it might just happen.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool though. Like,
because it keeps it exciting.
It keeps it fun. Like it feels authentic a little bit. So it's kind of like when you got a crush on a girl in the 5th grade, and it's like I'm kind of nervous to talk to her.
Right.
I think the same still applies, but at the same time, I'm 26 now, so it's like just relax.
Age drop.
Look. But so I think that like at 26, that's not gonna like hinder me from wanting to pursue. Like to me, I think it makes it more fun. Like the chase, it makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I first, I mean, of course, like I have to find somebody first physically attractive before I can even like. Yeah. Because I tell people all the time, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm just gonna be real. I don't see your heart when I first meet you. I see the physical.
That's real. That's real.
So you like what you like. So that's what I first look at. But then from there, I do a screening process.
I'm leaving the table. A screening process. Tell us more.
I'm only getting them about the club, dude.
I need to
not a
hear
screening
about
process,
it.
but like I just want to get to know you, and like I like intellectual conversation. So so like you have to be able to converse with me. Like we need to have stimulating conversation. I don't want to talk about Basketball Wives or LA
or the Shade Room.
Yeah, like that's just
What's
not
wrong
my.
with basketball
It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that type of stuff.
No, we feel you.
Like,
Yeah.
I just don't like that. Doesn't intrigue me.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
Yo, man, I think y'all today we killed it. Man, we had some fire episode. I'm just excited for people to see it. So, y'all, man, thank you for tuning in. Said, thank you. Follow Said, ladies and gentlemen, ladies. Vultures, please do it. But in the meantime, follow him at Said the Man and check out what he's going on with everything he's got going on. And fellas, don't be sliding in no crusty DMs.
We don't want the crusty.
And also Frankie, please stay away from Matera, but follow her too.
Well,
so.
don't say
wait, don't stay away.
Don't block my blessing now.
No, I was saying stay away from the crusty DM.
He just explaining himself. Look at
Right. Fellas, I was saying no crusty DMs at Matera, but go follow her at also Frankie. I had to redeem myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, Game of Faith, Power Care, we're out.
Like my empire. I'm walking in. Empire versus power. Baby, you're not gonna endorse me. Well, that's right. You're all my Remerging power versus power. The local baker. You that thing. Let's bring it all together. Power. I didn't mean to say my age though. And that just came out of you. Liar! he took it back.